Alright, welcome back guys. We're gonna be playing some Wylde Flowers. Got a little chicken little. It's going. And then we got feathers. I don't know why, but lately I've been wanting to kind of get rid of both of them. I know in the beginning I said I never wanted to get rid of feathers, but now I kind of want to. I don't know. Alright. Airship sailed on the scene. It's kind of irritating that it's taking so long to get all these materials. And then some of these games, you guys see me playing like this game, or some of the others, majority of them are on iOS devices, and I'm presuming they're on Steam as well, but I've also noticed that a lot of them are coming to the Switch, particularly for some reason. So anyone who has a Switch, you guys can play on that too. I think this one might be on PlayStation as well. I can't remember. So some of these games are on multiple devices. There is one game I just thought of now that we've never beaten. I don't know, I think it's just the way I was recording at the time. I kind of got, I don't know, I just kind of got into these other games, so I never got back into it. We'll see. I might eventually get back to the game. It's
such a good cat.
The forest game with the mutants. And then like where you have to find your lost son. I can't remember what the heck it's called. I might get back into that game eventually. We'll eventually get back into playing Alien Isolation. I just got to the point where I didn't want to pay for it again. So I think I own a physical copy on somewhere, so we'll eventually get back into that game too. But right now, I have too many games that I'm playing, so I'm not gonna try and beat some games. I need to start bringing more food with me down here. And I need to upgrade this pickaxe because that's like also slowing me down, because we have the one we just took care of, and then for some reason the regular stone one, and you expect it to break easier like these ones, but no, it takes like a couple strikes to get it to break. In regards to mining. You have no food. It's gonna take me a little bit as well to remember the controls on this game.
Do you ever miss your job back in the city?
Sure do. Whenever I make rookie blacksmithing mistakes, which is still weekly. But at least I get to do more with my hands than type all day.
I don't know if I could ever do like a blacksmithing job like Natalia does here, or anyone in real life. But I do love watching other people make it, like especially that Forged on Fire show. I just can handle the heat, and then like the physical thing I think I get used to
So tired.
after a while, but the heat, no, I couldn't handle the heat. I bet like the materials for it would be like so expensive, and then also the machinery. Alright, I need to start writing down recipes and stuff, like at least the ingredients to these recipes. I know I don't have to, and I can always like look, but I'm not gonna remember. And well, one thing is we don't have milk, but I think that's one of the items we can actually buy, but I'm not 100% sure right now. As much as I want to get rid of the chickens, I don't think I will, because I need to see if there is like a way to do like a separate barn, like a chicken coop. Like keep one coop where it's just chickens that lay eggs, and then like another coop where it's just chickens I can sell. And get rid of, I don't know, I can't decide right now what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, look, Chicken Little's grown. Didn't expect her to grow this fast, so. Well, at least I don't have to water anything. You know what, like I've yet to see games incorporate the other 3 languages I know, like Croatian, Bosnian, or Serbian. I've yet to see those 3 languages included in any games. I've seen like movies and TV shows, like American ones, do like bits and pieces here and there over the years, but I've yet to see a video game included. I mean, there probably are, especially for the folks who live in those countries, of those 3 languages, but I've yet to see it myself. I wonder if they do it in English, because a lot of those shows from those countries that I just named like the languages from.
You know what's funny? Kuznetsova means blacksmith. Until a few years ago, I never thought I'd be a blacksmith. But here I am.
I feel that. My last name is Wylde, and I didn't even like camping trips as a little kid. But here I am too, working on a farm.
Cheers to quarter-life crises and fresh starts.
I think that's what I might be going through, is like a kind of like a quarter-life crisis. Just like these last couple of years, I've been into like renovations and stuff like that, and DIY stuff. It's too bad with like my house. It's like I can't do it too much. I have to be careful. But is that saying like I was just curious because about these like those 3 countries that have those 3 languages. Is like anytime I've watched movies or snippets of like random shows and movies nowadays that my mom watches, it's like they have American music playing.
Giva didn't seem to believe me when I said I thought our weather seemed normal to me. But I've lived here my whole life. I guess maybe I don't know what normal is like.
Yeah, Giva, she was talking about the weather girl who came in the area. She thinks it's weird because it's all based off of the coven changing it, but then I also know a lot of the actors and English ones are tend to use like.
Oof, not a very good day for surfing, huh?
Au contraire, my dude. As long as there's not too much lightning, it's fine to hit the water. I mean, you're already wet, so what's a little rain? You just gotta be careful afterwards. Rain makes all the trash wash up on shore.
Like tend to use like English words. Sometimes I'll use like other languages, words that mostly English. I don't know why, but I find it irritating. I think it's just because I've gotten so used to hearing that accent, and for some reason, I don't like it. But that's just me. But at the end of the day, it's like whatever. Like who cares? Just a accent that I don't know. I think it's because I grew up where people always wanted me to teach them how to speak the other language. It's like, dude, if you don't know the language, don't bother trying to talk with me because I ain't gonna be in the mood to talk to you in it.
Whew! My cattle corral's been a little dusty because of the summer heat. And because of the rain, it's turned into a swamp. I could paddle a canoe across this thing. Some days I freak out about following Francis to Fairhaven. Like, was it a bad life decision? But then there are days like today. I can leave the door open, listen to the rain, and wait for my dough to proof. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Did you say poop or proof? Because I heard proof. I love banana bread. It's not something that I eat often, but I do love eating it. That and tiramisu. Tiramisu is the other dessert I love to eat, but it's not something I have often. Same with steak. Steak, I love eating it, but it's not. It's like one of those items I don't eat often, and if it ain't seasoned right, I actually almost had steak ruined.
You know what I didn't expect to love here? Fireflies. Nothing better than a warm summer night, holding hands with your fiancé and watching the fireflies.
Ouch.
Aye, sorry, Tara. I forgot about your garbage ex.
Need to talk to Francis more often. Like anyone else, like ever, like for me, like with meat, it's like especially ground meat, doesn't matter which kind it is. If it ain't seasoned well enough, it ain't worth the pan it's cooked in, because ground meat tastes like garbage doo-doo when it's not seasoned properly, but when it's seasoned perfectly enough, delicious. But oh, I was like saying that I almost had steak completely ruined once, because I do like to try samples every now and again, especially when I go out to stores. One time I was like in Sam's Club, and when they were sampling steak, I wanted to give it a try. The lady who was doing a sample, she microwaved. It's like, are you effing kidding me? You completely ruined this steak and made it completely abolished because she put it in the microwave instead of cooking it properly. Like, I made it like this stuff is nasty grease. Oh, it's getting dark and rain. And for anyone else who loves eating steak, never microwave that stuff because it churns. The microwave makes it taste like crap. And it ain't worth eating if it's microwave.
I could eat some food to recover some.
Okay, I have to stop pressing the wrong buttons. Well, I do love bread too. Like certain breads, sourdough. It's definitely my favorite, especially sourdough from Whole Foods. I love that, but certain sourdough breads, it's like, they're not the best, but whatever. So I am picky. They're like, I've noticed that with food, like certain foods are Like, especially if it's like a certain type of food. They're perfect from like one brand or company, but then from a different brand, they're like, ugh, gross. Gross, gross, gross. And that's how I feel like black licorice. There was like this one perfect brand that made black licorice that I loved. But I don't think I could ever find it again. I think it could have been the jelly beans or something along the lines like jelly beans that made it taste nice, but other brands it's like, oh, gross. That's just me. Like, I know a lot of other people tend to be like that too, where they're particular about where they get from, who the maker is, all that specific. I'm kind of like Sheldon in that show where they portrayed him as a kid, where he knows the difference in the bread. It's just, like, since I haven't played through this game fully, it's hard to tell when another cutscene's gonna pop up, so I don't want to always not be recording the game, so that's why we have so much of it. It's too bad we can't go inside the house, because I would love to be able to explore these people's houses, especially if they have a second story to them. That's the one thing I wish games did more.
I found something.
A recipe.
A recipe!
Pumpkin bread recipe. I wonder if that tastes good. But that's just like the one thing I wish video games did more often, is like allow us to explore houses. Especially when it's like this type of game adventure, like kind of story takes a while. Because I get easily bored with like the building, like the whole like, decorating, building houses type games. But I do like exploring in video game houses. Oh, this is Diva.
That carpenter fellow, Parker, told me that you're the one to thank for helping repair the bridge to reopen the mountain pass. Although the mayor certainly seemed keen to take all the credit.
Well, that's the mayor. Selfish, kind of sleazy. Oh gosh. I really need to start moving a little bit more when I'm doing this recordings, because I've been here recording for a little bit and my back is not happy. Doesn't help that I'm exhausted. I always get a point of being exhausted. I'm gonna have to look through to see if I can get this game on a different console, just to kind of play it on my own quickly and then continue playing with you guys. I think Fantasia's also one of those games that was starting to be on other platforms like PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, like Xbox. Because I've definitely seen it be on other consoles too. Or like gaming devices. Apart from the one that I'm playing it on. Anyone else excited for the second Nintendo Switch coming out? I don't know, but I don't think. Well, I'm not gonna get it immediately. I wanna wait until the bugs and everything kind of settles down, and I won't be surprised if the folks who bought the PlayStation, like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S, like scalpers, to buy that and like sell it for higher. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that with that too. Like when this Switch that's already out came out, I think I waited 4 or 5 months tops. The Xbox I settled on the digital one. I think that waited for at least a year or a year and a half almost for, and then the PlayStation 5. I ordered it before the 2-year mark and then got it after the 2-year mark passed, so. It's like I bought it before I bought it before the 2-year anniversary, and then eventually got it after 2 years, so I don't think I would mind waiting up to 2 years again before I get my hands on a new console again. Just to like let the hype and any bugs and shoes and scalpers can like let it pass through. But then again, there was the kind of the like almost a high like slash mid height of like the pandemic, where people had nothing better to do than be buttholes. But the gas was definitely cheaper during that time. That's at the lowest I've seen. At least in my state, it was like $1 something. It's like the first time years that gas was under $2, and now it's like, at least in the state that I live, I know other states have it higher, like California, which sucks. And then, like, over 20 years ago, it was like under $1 for gas in the state I live, which we won't see ever again.
Time for.
Alright. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like for the games that I have, for like the different games I have on different gaming systems, after I play like a game so many times I get sick of playing it. But even like, but some games take me so long to play and beat. I have like a couple games that took me a couple of years to beat. It's taken me a couple of years to beat this one, and Oceanhorn, Plantation. It's because I'm not playing them consistently enough, and it's still like my first game playthrough some of these games. But some of these games are so darn long. Chicken Little. Still need to get that barn taken care of. I think I probably would continue like playing this game a little bit more off camera, but it doesn't give me the manual save, so I can't go between saves as easily.
Oh, great! Now we have someone raising a bunch of animals nearby?
Hey, what's wrong with animals?
Nothing. It's just that my neighbor used to keep them.
Yeah, for the folks who sit on their like desk chair for hours on end.
Chickens can't blow away in the wind, right?
I hope not. I would hate to get smacked in the face by an errant chicken.
I have to start buying some cooler food.
I wish it weren't such a pain getting to Fairhaven. I'd have my brothers visit all the time.
forgot also.
Maybe I could get Francis's brother to visit, too. They could patch things up. I still don't know why Francis and Fabio don't talk, to be honest.
Well, trust me, it would be upsetting.
So, what happened to your friends back in the city, huh? You gonna go visit them this summer?
A lot of them moved away
Might
before
be
I
able to
did.
learn that eventually.
It's expensive living in the city.
Expensive.
I don't
It's
wanna come to
freaking
any
criminal.
conclusions.
I've looked up the rent costs.
So have I. And then I've seen other people that post.
I thought that
videos
old
of
bridge was
permanent
never gonna
stone
get fixed
wheelchairs and
up.
stuff like that.
That thing was built steady as a
Especially
tree trunk,
in
but
New
it
York,
collapsed
oh my gosh.
anyway. Always
Like
wondered
the
if someone
tiniest
tinkered with the
closet, it was
supports.
almost like a couple $1,000s. It's like, what the heck?
Eva is so
Wouldn't be
chill,
surprised
and
when
she
you
seems
would not be
psyched about all the
surprised.
spices I've been stocking up
I'm
on.
gonna sell the bait.
We're gonna be
now.
tight. I can feel it.
It's not worth. I mean, it's worth keeping, but since I'm not fishing as often as I should be.
It's so hot the kids have even
Let's
expressed
see.
an interest in joining Parker when he
collect
goes to the
olives.
Consciousness Center. Cameron's got
And
his
that white
AC
bug down
blasting
there.
at all times, of course.
Need to get more money for the olive tree. Kai, who police?
When Angus starts making fruity summer tarts, it's hard to resist buying them all. I wonder if I could get him to try that new plant-based zero-calorie
interesting to
sugar
hear.
sweetener I read about.
Why don't you just eat sugar
Cameron,
every now and then?
Like, talking
You
like
know,
food.
I'm not sure.
Doesn't come for what
I'd
I
probably
would
be
say.
fine if I did eat some. It just feels wrong.
I saw that Violet's selling marigold seeds now that summer started. Did you know that marigolds scare off pests? Something about the way they taste, I guess. So don't eat any.
Oh, it's easy to lose control. Was that... Okay, let's finish talking with... I'm just gonna say, it was interesting hearing, Cameron, like, talk about, like, who doesn't show up and stuff. I mean, you got-
So,
at the end
Damon,
of
why
the
did your
day,
folks
not
decide to
everyone's
move
gonna
here?
wanna
I
do
was
the
starting
whole
kindergarten,
thing.
and well, they thought it'd be better to start fresh somewhere new. I guess they just felt
I'm not
drawn to
interested
this
in,
place.
like,
Like you.
any of the...
You play really beautifully, Juliet.
Thanks. It's not like a big deal or anything.
I'm just saying the religion is not for me.
Mom keeps telling us to be careful when we play outside. I think it's because Finn broke his arm on the playground last summer.
Ooh, oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I dreamt it was gonna happen the night before it did. I don't think Mom and Dad really believed me.
Maybe it's a twin thing.
That's what Dr. Syed said when she was setting Finn's arm.
Parker told me you're the one to thank for the bridge to the mountain pass being open again. Thanks so much.
Oh, it was nothing.
The hot springs are so restorative. You
it
know,
could be very
I used to go to the onsen all the
cleansing.
time with my grandma when we would go visit her in Japan. Well, until I turned 11 or so, then I just felt out of place. Oh, it'd be so nice to have an onsen here with private stalls so everyone can take in the waters while feeling safe and comfortable. We just need some wood. And stones.
You need my help to build the onsen, Kim?
Only if it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. And I get it. I don't, as I was saying in the previous video, I could not do the whole public thing, like bathing thing with anyone. And I think like Japan, I don't know if any other country does it, but just like the whole public washing thing, it's like, oh no. I'm not accustomed to that way, and it just feels weird to me. But whoever is accustomed to it, is accustomed to it. It's like I have nothing against it. It's not for me. And I could never do it. It's not. I like my privacy. At least as much of it as we have left with all this online stuff. I have my days where I just want to get rid of all my electronics, get rid of all my accounts, and just kind of like disappear from the whole technology thing. Maybe if I don't end up needing it ever again one day, then I might. As of right now, while I still kind of need it, it's like there's not much I can do. Get a little stone. You know, like when I'm looking for stone, I can't ever get it. Warriors has always happened. Like when you need something, you're looking for something, you can't find it. Cough is still like bothering me from being sick, so hopefully it goes away soon.
Should I go to bed?
We have to go back to the coven area to get our mattressing up again. This is not a priority. Yeah. We don't have food or money to get food or ingredients to make food, and the bed's the best option. Half the times, like I want to skip the other half. It's like, do I really want to skip? Because I don't know if another cutscene's gonna pop up. I wouldn't mind going for some noodles, but I'm picky about it. Which noodles? Because some of the cheap ones I've tried, it's like they're nasty. They ain't no good. Corn. Soybean corn, but it's not something like when I buy it's like I always forget to make it. It's too bad the game doesn't give you the option of just planting stuff in the soil itself. I think these containers are such a waste of space. Because there's more room to like fill a couple rows more of the plants and stuff instead of doing it this way, but at the end of the day, I've set these little boxes up just in a way where it's tolerable. That's like one of the few gripes they have with the game. Got some honey and some beeswax. We need to find Shelby and sell him some stuff. But Shelby wasn't someone I was expecting to be with the coven at all. I was expecting Bruno to be a part of the coven. wonder if there's like an automatic feeder for the chickens. I don't mind feeding them, it's just I'm curious to know if there's an automatic feeder for them. Like also an automatic sprinkler system for the plants. I guess I also don't play this game often as much just because of other games similar to it. They're like farming, fishing, building, socializing with the town folk type simulation games. I think that's just like the one thing is all these games at the end of the day, all of them are similar or lose their appeal fast because it's because all the old games were like on the old consoles were unique, and then as the years progressed, games became frequently less unique. At least that's how I kind of view them. I think that's also part of the reason why I don't stick to playing games as much as often. I think I kind of want the idea of noodles more now. There is a place I'm thinking of probably stopping by later if I feel up to it to get some noodles from. I just need to see when they open. Anyone else have like food they like? For me, my top favorite foods are like homemade cabbage rolls. There's like this dish in my native tongue we call it pita, which is basically usually stretched out dough, and then you like put some oil on it. You can fill it with cheese and you kind of roll it up, and then kind of designed it to kind of like almost like a pastry in a way, but it's like a salty type pastry, not a sugar one, and then you eat it, and then you can do like same type like technique like with a stretch out dough, and yeah, cheese, meat, usually like beef, or like whatever. Like some people do spinach, but it's up to you. And other people design it differently. The way I like it is different from when my mom makes it, and I don't like the way she makes it. But it's like a hassle to make, especially if it's not something you make often.
I want to be better friends with Vanessa. She's the only other woman who regularly comes to the Consciousness Center. But she's so regal, you know? Does she have friends? Does she even need them?
But I'm also just as picky with others. Well, she probably would want friends. Whether she needs them, I don't know.
Parker, this design is perfect. It looks just like Leon Korn's desk.
Oh, hey there, Tara. I'm building Messenger Connor a new desk modeled on the one in the office of the League's founder, Dr. Korn. Cameron, I'm honored that you're giving me such an important task. I promise I'll make a faithful copy.
Oh, Parker is so talented. I'm sure Leon Korn himself will not be able to tell the difference.
Oh, thank you, Tara. I'm certainly going to try. I do appreciate the compliment, Tara. Truth is, I kind of fell into carpentry. It wasn't something I was particularly passionate about. I would rather have been a florist, like Violet, but I find ways to create beauty with my work, even if it's subtle. Like lining up the wood grain on cabinet doors. You can find beauty anywhere, if you look hard enough.
Parker comes to the Consciousness Center almost every week. I love it. He says he asks Lena to come, but she's too busy. Well, no one's too busy for the Book of the Mind.
Spoken like a man with no children.
Let's talk to them a little bit.
I keep telling myself I'm not gonna stop by Emmy and Finn's lemonade stand again, but oh, I always do. When it's so hot out, there's nothing better than citrus and sugar. Ooh, maybe I'll bake some lemon tarts.
Care for kids. Actually does sound good, lemon tarts.
How's business going, Emmy?
Good.
But
I think Finn's been sampling the merchandise a little too much. Yesterday, he was so hyper, Mom made him run a lap around the house just to burn off some energy.
Do you have the materials for the onsen yet?
Yep, here you go.
Great! I'll get to work on it right away. Once it's done, I'm gonna put a tip jar outside so everyone can contribute to its maintenance. And I think it's best if we all stick to one visit per day so that everyone can have a chance to enjoy the onsen.
Those are great ideas. I can't wait to try this onsen out.
When I was a teenager, I hated summer because my mom made me shave my legs and wear summer dresses. Now I don't have to do either of those. It's not like anyone here cares.
That's a great idea. I don't understand why parents force their, if I can talk clearly, as I was saying, I don't understand why parents try to force the kids to do stuff like that, or like live up to their dreams. It's like, that's a good way to make your kid resent you in a way in the future. Reminds me of a story I came across not too long ago where, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but this one guy got married with a, like he already had a kid. She was already grown enough to make her own decision, no big hassle, not, didn't need as much attention and care.
Should I go to bed?
Baby or whatever, because he didn't like kids, but his wife was the cheerleader type, girly girl, but her daughter wasn't into that stuff, more like all this nerdy stuff and stuff that kind of kept her, so yes. And her mother kept trying to force her kid to do all the girly stuff she was into. It's like, dude, why? Let your kids express themselves as long as they're not causing themselves harm or other people harm. Let them do their thing. If they need guidance, offer it when it's necessary. But don't be down their throats all the damn time. And plus, a lot of women don't share their hair. I'll just it's a hassle. And that's the one thing that makes me want to tear my skin off when my hair starts growing back. It's irritating. To see, at least I don't understand how anyone who shaves hair on any part like stands it. In certain spots I can understand hair gets irritating. Cause with my hair on my top of my head, get like half the time I want it long, the other half it's like I'm sick of it. I think it's more like a sensitivity type thing or whatever to my own hair. I don't know if that's that. It's just it gets irritating half the time, and the other half is like I want it long. So I'm never satisfied with what length the head on my hair is at. If anything, I definitely want to get more chickens eventually to get more eggs. Yeah, I'm surprised people can afford buying eggs. That's how expensive they are these days. I don't like eating eggs. That's just one of my no-go food items. If I ever want it, it has to be like literally burned to the point of me wanting to eat it. Like it really burned. Otherwise, nah. Just the thought of eggs disgusts me. But yeah, eggs are expensive. I think like a pack of like 36, 38 eggs. I can't remember how much it is, like how much the pack is, but like how many are in the pack, but it costs somewhere like $35, $40. Just like a small like 12 pack. I was told the other day it was like $7, $8. At least at the store my mom went to, and this other store I've been going to recently more often. I think it's like $9, $10. I've seen it go up to like $35. It's like, damn. Eggs are expensive. But unfortunately, a lot of the folks that go there, that go to the same store I've been going to, live in city limits where you can't have livestock, so you have to be like in the in the farming zone, like in the lands where you can actually have livestock, like in the zones or whatever. Because I remember this one couple, they had like a couple, like I think like past
Artie's
kids.
brave, isn't he? What makes you say that? He moved here without much experience, just hoping everything would work out. Like me.
I think enough
and
people
you.
complained to the point where they either moved or got rid of their chickens. I would love the idea of having a couple of acres of land, kind of like in like not too far off the city, like close enough to the city, but in an area where I can have livestock like chickens, goats. I would love to have the idea of having goats because my mom used to have some years ago, but due to financial hardships at the time, she couldn't keep her goats anymore, and she loves goats. But I would love the idea of having.
I'll never stop being impressed, Angus. You move around the kitchen like you're a part of it.
Aw,
Maybe
thanks,
like a
Tara.
cow or
It took me a
two.
long time to feel so comfortable
Cows
here.
are like
I
such
studied accounting in
animals.
college, but I only worked as a CPA for a year before I had to stop or lose my mind.
Oh, I get that. type of
Enjoying summer vacation?
Well, actually,
Well, my previous job,
this is my busiest
I didn't
time at the
realize how
farm,
badly my mental
so.
state was
Ah,
until I
that's
left.
great.